Hey folks, Shane to the L to the Y. I've been up since 5 a.m. Guess it's kind of expected when working day shift this week and usually up at 4:30. Plus I went to bed early last night. I don't know. I know guys are upset. I mean, they're not upset, but I mean, they're kind of just disappointed a little that I won't do the live streams. As a lot of you guys know, I mouth off a lot without thinking. Words just come out of my mouth. And then all of a sudden after, I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. So, that's a lot of stuff I'm trying to prevent in a lot of ways too. Now, that being said, something I wanted to tell you guys about my doctor's appointment a couple days ago that was extremely touching, actually. So shortly after the dude with the mental illness was staring me down and I had my little worries, shortly after, this older couple came in with 3 kids between like toddler age to say about 4 or 5 years old, or like between the ages of the 3 kids. The older couple, I could tell were not, they did not just have these kids. I could tell just by their age. Plus the woman is a power dynamo. But anyhow, that's all jokes aside. Well, first when they come in, I see the woman getting a little upset with the kids, being quite a calm down and stuff, like making kind of a scene about it. I'm like, oh man, here we go, one of these abusive women. But kind of after see where they're coming from. And I mean, sometimes kids, they do need a stern voice. That if they're going to keep acting up, there's no other way sometimes to reason with kids, even when you try the nice and soft methods. I know, I just had my 2 nieces down. But that being said, so the husband, the guy was in the waiting room with the 3 kids while the woman was in the doctor's office. There was an older woman sitting beside me, or 2 seats over. She starts talking to the gentleman. She goes, "Oh, your grandkids and stuff," and then right away the guy goes, "Yeah, actually, we just adopted them. They're my son's kids." And then actually the woman right away that asked him the questions goes, "You know what, my girlfriend has done the same thing. She's got possession of her grandkids too. It seems common now." The grandfather proceeded to start telling the story about how they got possession of the kids, and it's pretty sad. I guess apparently their son is an alcoholic drug addict, very abusive towards the kids. Apparently one of the kids, I guess, might have a slight form of PTSD now because apparently the father or its mother unit, whatever, the actual biological parents would tie one of the kids up to a chair for a long period of time. That's really, really, really heartbreaking to me. Nothing more in this world that angers me than I mean, there's others, including sexual abuse and rapists and stuff, but child abuse is up there for me, especially things like that, having a kid tied to a chair. That's pretty messed up. Hold on, I'm just hitting the ATM right now. Let me hold that thought for a second. Make sure you guys aren't getting my internet. Well, that's interesting. There's a guy walking around through the drive-thru. sorry guys. Oh, nice. Pantera walks on the series. So anyhow, so the grandfather starts telling this woman about how they took possession of the kids. Very heartbreaking. Luckily, the toddler I was walking was still young, I guess in the baby stage then, didn't have the experience. I mean, yeah, kids experience either way at all ages, but so yeah, so apparently one kid was tied up to a chair on many hours, which that's sad. The other kid, it's a couple years difference. Not far off from the same story, that kid used to be apparently locked in their room for long periods of times and stuff for that. So these people that had the biological parents of these kids are real pieces of crap. If I could ever get my hands on them, I would fucking pound their heads in. I'm not a man that condones violence by any ways, but some people just need a punch in the face as far as I'm concerned. Especially when it comes to doing harm to children. So anyways, further on, so yeah, the grandfather shares the story and stuff. And the old woman was asking him the questions, really starts praising him and stuff. The wife's grandmother/grandmother comes out for her appointment now. See, I was in the waiting room a long ass time that day. And it's just the fact my doctor had the busier lineup compared to all the other doctors there. But anyhow, that's besides where I'm getting at. So there was this tall girl in there, skinny, really tall. Like I'm talking, she's probably 6'4", 6'5", beautiful though. Looks like she probably had a slight rough. Probably looks like she liked to party a little bit like I do, but not hard, but still just a little bit of that slight roughness to it. Grit. I'd like to call it grit. Like me, I'm gritty as hell. So anyhow, she stands up, goes up to the couple and goes, listen guys, I have a 2- and 4-year-old at home, and honestly what you guys are doing is unbelievable. It's awesome. This girl, the girl that said this, like the one I'm describing now, is probably around my age, give or take a couple of years. But she says to that older couple, the grandparents, the adopted parents now, like honestly, I don't know how you guys get the energy for it. She goes, I have a 2- and 4-year-old, you know, and I get really, really frustrated some days being a mother and stuff, but you know what? Seeing what you guys just going through right now, I got nothing to complain. And she just said, like, you people are really awesome people for doing that. And then the other older woman that was originally talking to the grandfather was saying the same thing. So honestly, that was really a touching moment for me to see a couple of complete strangers, like, giving props to these people that props are deserved. I mean, I probably would have stepped up and said something too, but one, didn't just want to butt into a conversation, especially when I don't have any kids myself. And two, I just had that little bit of a confrontation moments prior, so my adrenaline was pretty cooked. Oh, that's besides the point of the hard day at work, of lack of sleep too, so. And I mean, it's not like I'm trying to eavesdrop on other people's conversations or anything along that nature, but I mean, it was loud enough out there, so it's pretty hard to miss unless you're deaf. not, that's kind of a weird way to say it, but I mean, that's the honest truth. So honestly, that grandparents that are taking care of the kids, I think one's probably going to be about 1.5, 2. Another one's probably about 3. Well, actually 2. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think probably, yeah. Either way, they're probably between like 2, 3, 5 or something. I'm not. But yeah, just to have that older person that's probably around his grandparents' age, tell them the things like that, and tell them that her own girlfriend that's doing the same thing. I probably was really rewarding for those people, really something that helped them mentally and emotionally, knowing that they're not the only ones alone that have gone through this issue with their actual children becoming problems to the world, and then their grandchildren suffering. And the fact that girl that's around my age is talking about her 2 and 3-year-old, saying that she could get complaining sometime and upset, and then just to say, you know what, that she's not gonna get as upset anymore. It just shows that there are still few decent people up in this world. Yeah, it's just good to see that there's still few people and complete strangers, and not just like a couple, like multiple complete strangers, giving these people a pat on the back that they fully deserve. They completely deserve, as far as I'm concerned. Because you know what, there's been many stories where the grandparents can't take the kids, and then kids get put into foster care. And then there's all sorts of troubles for these kids growing up there on end. Not saying the foster care system's bad, but there is a lot of bad foster cares out there. People that are just doing it for the money and not the fact that you're taking care of kids and trying to make their lives better and being a prick. And there's been a lot of issues, especially in BC over the years, with group homes and good kids becoming bad kids because they're stuck around this bad environment. But I just gotta say, I'm really, especially after feeling like I'm gonna get my head punched in by somebody else, it really was really touching. I wish nothing but the best of luck for this older couple that are watching the grandkids now, and I wish nothing but great luck for the kids. But it's just sad hearing like how one kid needs to be touching somebody, sleeping with somebody because of the trauma already invoked by her fucking loser parents. And she's probably only 4 or 5 years old. That really still is heartbreaking. And you know what? There's gonna be a lot of psychological repair this girl's gonna need over the years, because obviously this is already ingrained into her, which is sad. That's where my heart breaks a lot. Anyhow, yeah, so that was the touching story I was gonna share yesterday. But yeah, I had to get the drunk news retirement out of the way first. But yeah, it's really awesome that there's still good people in the world. There's still good people in person that's gonna uplift a complete stranger. So I don't really have much else to say. Just rolling into Triple O's to get me some breakfast. Anyways, folks, you guys all have a good one. Goodbye and good night.